Good morning, it's Chris Bowling.
Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
We are CB squared.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So we're in that hectic season. To me, we're already in fourth quarter.
It's happening.
We're in that renewal season. We're in that open enrollment season that is very challenging for all of our HR departments of gathering the information, going through the renewal. And I know you have a lot on your mind this morning. So why don't you share with us?
It's all good. It's all good.
It's as we said, we got a plan. So tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, we're in fall and we're in open enrollment renewal season. Like you said, it gets hectic. I know you and I were looking at our calendars and we're booking out renewal meetings. We're booking out conversations. The open time for meetings is dwindling. And
yes, it is.
I just feel that again this year, we've got HR professionals preparing for open enrollment, and there's just a lot of uncertainty in terms of issues with safety and protocol and federal mandates and state mandates. And what do we do with employees working from home? I mean, it hasn't really resolved yet. And so really, I thought of three things that our HR professionals should be considering as they go into open enrollment and kind of that renewal season. And maybe they've already gone through it. Maybe they were lucky to do something in the middle of the summer, but most are thinking about it right now. I think the first one, Chris, is to have a plan. It amazes me the number of employers that their first conversation about what they want to do for renewal and open enrollment is when they receive their renewal. I don't know if you see that. I see that.
Yes, and I will say that out of you and I and Lena are the best at setting those meetings in June and July to start talking about what is our plan and what ifs, right? I mean, what if we get a bad renewal? But that's also a great time to start looking at those claims and trying to get a feel, hey, looking at your high cost claimants and what do we think this is going to be? Because we can look at that and have a pretty good idea. But yes, have a plan.
Yeah, if your conversation starts when the renewal is released, you're in full reactive mode. And just like you said, Chris, I mean, in the third quarter, and now moving into the fourth quarter, we want to have those conversations ahead of time. What's your goal? Do we offer a new plan? Do we make changes? It's just knowing the direction to go helps us do better, helps our team do better, but then gives the confidence that we already know what to do. We've got a couple of our team that are so good at that. When we finish that pre-renewal conversation and we send those recap summaries to our clients that this is the date when we're going to do X and Y, and it happens. And I think that confidence just allows the busyness of the season to be less hectic.
That's right. And I think many people want to hit the easy button. Right? Hey, here's your renewal. Here's the spreadsheet. For some reason, a spreadsheet's going to help you put a strategic plan in place, to try to reduce healthcare, which it doesn't. It's just comparing plans and everything else. But and once again, we are haunted by COVID.
Yeah.
So, when we start thinking about those open enrollment meetings, how are we going to be doing those? And, once again, I think we've been able to do more virtually in open enrollment meetings than we've ever had to do in person. And I think it was either yesterday or the day before, you told a great story about the last one you did. You had way more questions coming in because people could just simply type it
in this format. I mean, it gives that anonymity for that person that wants to ask the question, and it can come directly to us. It can go directly to the HR professional, but I think that helps. I mean, that was point number 2, was really leverage technology again this year. We all kind of fell into that in 2020 because we didn't know we had no clue what was happening. Everything was reactive, no matter how much we tried to be proactive last year, but it worked. We have clients that are now fully open enrollment meetings in this format virtually. We're recording those sessions and adding them into their benefit portal or sending them out by text message so that employees can see stuff throughout the year. I mean, it's not crazy, brilliant ideas. It's just taking advantage of what we saw work well and continuing down that path.
And we know those spouses cost us a lot of money in claims.
Yeah, they don't That's a perfect point, because often that spouse or that family member that's on the plan never hears any of the benefits discussion. Nothing really gets brought home and reviewed well. So they're just using coverage because they have a card in their wallet.
Right. So it's, two things that we like doing. Number one, offer a session after work hours.
Yeah.
Number two, record it because then you can push it out. And then when you have a brand new hire, you're not putting this big packet of crap in front of them that nobody can. Here's the packet of crap. Listen to these two.
Yes.
They're going to explain every piece of paper in here. So once again, it is, our goal is always, how do we give that HR department a day back of their time?
Yeah. Yeah. Every week during this, so that maybe it adds up to a collective full week back during open enrollment.
That's right. And this is such an easy tool. Just record the meeting.
And those are some basic ones. And then we've got some clients that are looking at decision support tools and mobile apps for their employees. Again, have a plan, leverage technology. And really the third thing I was thinking about is make sure you're doing a compliance tune-up.
Especially this year.
We are so thankful to have a team that knows compliance, that can help our clients be prepared when change comes. But I know at the same time, they can be overwhelmed with the consistency of change that continues to come through from the federal and state level. If you had a notice and disclosure packet last year during open enrollment, it needs to be updated because there are things that changed this year. There are things that are potentially sunsetting as a result of all of the COVID bills that were passed that will sunset at the end of 21, going into 22, that you need to be aware of, your employees need to be aware of. It's not the intentional missteps that we really see anymore when it comes to compliance. It's the unintentional that we just didn't know we should have. So
yeah, I am always surprised when we are talking to a potential client and we say, can you show us your notice and disclosure packet? And it's like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean what the carrier gives us? No.
It needs to be created and customized and put together so that you properly hand that out, deliver it at the right time.
That's right.
It's just, compliance is so much more than ACA reporting. We hear that so much. Oh, we've got compliance under control. We sent out our 1094 and 1095 reporting. That is a small component of many other things that have come through. So it's amazing just the amount of things that fall on the plate of the HR team.
Right. And one more tip. Regardless if you're doing it open enrollment through electronic or through paper, if you're still using a paper open enrollment form, on the back, have that disclosure and that consent to deliver stuff electronically.
Yes.
It really relieves a lot of this paper stuff, which, dear God, people, let's get out of paper, because by the time you hand them the packet, it's either been thrown in the back of the car or it's been thrown on the dumpster on the way out. So, be able to, number one, you have to have their consent to be able to actually deliver that electronically.
But it's a simple thing once you do. And
right, it's literally one paragraph. So a little tip.
Oh, absolutely. And I know we've created a lot of those consent forms for our clients and, stop them from mailing a huge packet to 250 or 300 employees every year. So in summary, again, Chris, it was to have a plan, make sure you know what your reaction is going to be when the news comes of your renewal, tune up your compliance and make sure you're leveraging technology. Those are three things that you and I both believe can help an HR professional and their team have a better open enrollment and renewal season.
You had a lot on your mind. I'm glad
I did.
you were able to get on here. And,
thanks for letting me share. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you.